We're getting towards the halfway point of the season. How would you sum up your half of the season so far?
I think we've been really good as a team, and then personally I feel as though it's been a good challenge. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Obviously I had a few games out injured, which wasn't ideal, but thankfully it was only minor injuries, so it only had me out for a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. But I think that we're doing really well. We're building each game, and we're just going to keep getting better and pushing for the playoffs.
And have you felt your game develop in this spell?
Yeah, 100%. I feel as though game management is a big area that I've seen challenged in this season so far. It's good because obviously I'm getting the experience, and then the more experience I get of it, the better I'm going to become of it. So I think game management really has been up there with one of the biggest attributes that I can work on, and I've been challenged this season.
You're one of the younger players in the squad, but in terms of games, you've racked up quite a few already in your career. Do you feel like a young player, or do you feel more of an experienced pro because of the amount of games you've had?
I think because we've got quite a young team, I feel as though that I just fit in, like we all fit in, like we're all around the same age, maybe a little bit older than me, but yeah, I've had a little bit of experience, obviously nothing compared to some of the lads that are in the squad, but yeah, I feel as though that it's not new to me now as it was maybe last season.
Wycombe this weekend, we're expecting an aerial bombardment. They're very successful that way as well. Is that something as a goalkeeper you relish, or is it one of those you think, oh dear, look what's coming?
Oh no, I relish. Maybe last season I would have been, when it's my first season in the league, I would have been maybe a bit nervous, but after being bombarded all last season, I think that I'm getting better at that, so I'm relishing in it now.
And do you think as a goalkeeper, when you come up against teams like this who play in this way, that you have to take more control than you maybe would against a side who like to pass it?
Yeah, 100%. Like obviously, I think that one of the key areas that I've been speaking with Scott Fry about is that I need to make sure that I'm organising a lot more, and then just be prepared for that long ball over. So my start position is key really, because if they're just going to keep doing it, I need to make sure that I'm talking to my defence to, whether they need to clear it or let it come through to me, or either of them. So I think that it's a lot of organisation that's going to be needed this weekend.
And we've seen Lincoln change their game a little bit, not necessarily passing it out as much from the back as well. Is that something that in your mind you sometimes have to think, right, this is the tactic today, rather than going short to the defenders and going long to the centre forward?
I think we all want to play out. I think that it's just a matter of risk versus reward really when it comes to the Saturday or the Tuesday games. Like, it's pointless taking, playing out if they're just going to go along. So then there's been a lot of times that we've just had to go along and pick up the second balls, maybe go up to Regan, or now that Hops is back, go up to him or Housey. So then it's just mixing up the game and having a good variety of either, because it can get very predictable if we're just playing out, and then they can set traps against us. So yeah, I think the variety is massive on a game day.
Now, I remember speaking to you just after your assignment was at Hartlepool. You was on about your family coming to watch you and quite a lot of miles. How are they enjoying watching Lincoln City?
Yeah, they love it. They've got a shirt now and everything. So my dad will be down this weekend. So I think it's a lot better. Like, it's only an hour and a half away for the home game. So yeah, my dad will come down all the time, and Mum will when she's off work. So.
And does your dad give you advice, or is he one of those dads that lets the coaches do what they need to do?
Yeah, he's not really. My family's not really into football really. It's a bit of a weird one. Like my mum's into rugby, and my dad's into like racing kind of thing. So it's odd why I've come to football, but yeah, he just, I'll say my piece after a game with him, and he'll just say, oh, you played well and everything. So that's all that we really talk about.